Hello twin flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Today we're gonna do a special edition reading that will be dedicated to full moon in Taurus that's gonna be peaking tomorrow, November 15th. And you can check specific timing based on your location. I believe for the EST timeline for New York, it's gonna be something like 4 p.m. But regardless, we are already in that energy and it's a super moon, so essentially it's going to be, the force of it is even stronger because the moon is closer, right? So that illumination force, that pull, especially going deeper into our forbidden feelings and emotions and things that we don't always talk about, that we don't even necessarily know about ourselves, right? Something suppressed. That pull is going to be even stronger. And since it's in Taurus, being a Taurus myself, I can tell you that Taurian energy is a lot about values, and it's also about the space that you create around yourself, right? So it's how you cater into all your 5 senses. How comfortable is your living? Do you take care of yourself? And I don't know, what you wear, what you eat, you know, those kind of things that sometimes may sound a little shallow to some people, but they're actually pretty important. And of course, there's no one standard, no one size fits all. It's all about you and what it means to you. But values, when I say values, yes, partly it will be around the resources, you know, the pragmatic side. That's what Taurus is all about. But it's just as much about values in life and understanding how much does the life that you live right now correspond to those. Or are you essentially betraying yourself by saying one thing and then doing something else? And there's so much that I can expand here on. By the way, tomorrow in Mindfully Awake, we're going to be talking about energy leakages. And there's a lot there to unpack in terms of things you may not necessarily know where you're robbing yourself of energy, right? And even with Taurus, and it's an earth sign, right? So it's the Pentacles energy in tarot. And it's oftentimes thought about as money, but it's actually any kinds of resource, including time and energy that you have. So thinking about how you're spending those resources, right? Are you valuing those resources, yours and those of other people? Anyway, we will have a little bit different questions, and I'll go through that as I'm getting into the tarot side. We will start with an oracle message from the Light Keepers deck. Sorry, Light Keepers, the Keepers of the Light. And the first message is for Divine Feminines. This Gaia, Earth connection, very much on the nose when we're talking about Taurus energy. But anyway, be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth, stay grounded. Taurus loves being grounded. Not very good with change and risk taking, but when it comes to creating the comfort zone, Tauruses are just brilliant at that, right? No matter where I am, which situation I get into, I will find a way to make it comfortable for myself, to make it enjoyable for myself. The only problem is then you get too comfortable, and that's a story for another day. But those could be also the questions that you could be asking yourself. Did you get too comfortable somewhere? Is it time for change? Or are you just struggling through? And if you've made a decision to go with this particular scenario, particular relationship, a particular activity in your life that you're not enjoying right now, then how about making it more fun, enjoyable, and comfortable? So yeah, this is about connection to Earth, staying grounded, staying in the present moment. Do not do coulda, woulda, shoulda. Do not go too much into dreaming. Stay in the present. What is happening right now, and what are the resources and opportunities that you have. For masculines, we have Lady Portia, the Divine Order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. All right, so the moon is asking us to go into our intuition, and we have the third eye highlighted here. It's also purple, which is about crown chakra. So if you can, Divine Masculines, it's very important to activate those chakras, to go into that connection, and to trust that the lesson is unfolding. So stay with it, stay on the path. this is almost the opposite of the Taurus energy of like, do not take an easy way out, right? There's something important that is being illuminated to you with this full moon. Okay, now let's see what I have with the tarot. I think this is called the Dreamway Tarot, but I already forgot because I haven't used this deck for a while. Oh boy. So we'll ask 3 questions. The first question is going to be, what is this full moon illuminating that we are supposed to know? The second one is going to be, what are we learning about the connection specifically? And the third one is going to be, what revelation do we have about each other, specifically about each other? All right. Let's see. 6 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, so there's some kind of breakthrough, you know, there is progress that needs to be celebrated at this time, or with this full moon. And that would be part of the illumination to you, that you've actually come a long way, that you've done so much, you know, maybe you compare it to where you were 3 years ago and you're like, oh my God, this is a completely different scale. So I really don't have anything to complain about. Like, I've changed my life dramatically for the better. And yeah, it's not been all smooth sailing, but you know, Knight of Cups. At the end of it, there's a lot more love in my life right now that's coming from me, and the love that I'm attracting from the universe, from the world around me. So what is being illuminated to the feminines at this time? King of Cups clarified by Ace of Swords. Yeah, so as much as we want to romanticize the concept of love and twin flame specifically, there is a solid truth that lies behind it, right? And it's not about feelings and emotions. If anything, it's the opposite of it, right? Even King of Cups is actually a quiet, reserved, and keep to themselves, right? It's not the time to just focus on, oh, they make me feel this way, or, you know, like I want to be with my twin because I want to feel a certain way. You know, look at the facts, right? Where are you? Where the energies are for you, for your twin, and why are you setting a certain goal for yourself, right? And is it in alignment with the path, right? Is it time? Are you guys ready? And yeah, of course, you may not necessarily know that, but there's still, like, deep down, you won't know all of the information. That's part of the journey, not knowing. But you can still ask questions, and you can still ask for the sign, and you can still notice the synchronicities or the lack of thereof, right? Is it too easy or is it too hard to make it work with your person, to go to that next step, right? It's more about, again, it's grounding, really. Putting aside the fairy tale aspect of it and looking at the pragmatic side and very authentic, truthful side. For the masculines, we see what's being illuminated to them. 9 of Cups, clarified by Ace of Wands. So there is a gap between expectation and reality. That's what I feel. That's what I sense with this card. The masculines are basically seeing that it seems like they've put a lot of work into something, and by now they were expecting more dividends to come from it. They were expecting to see the result, right? To almost like blossom in it, or like bathe in that fame, or success, or money, or whatever it was, right? But it's not happening, really, right? It's more like it remains a wishful thinking, right? It remains a passion as an idea, but not a passion that's grounded in action, right? And that's where this trust comes in, and the divine order, and believing in divine timing. We've actually been seeing that for divine masculines for a couple of days now. Now, what do we need to know about this connection? What is this full moon bringing into the mix for the connection? 7 of Swords, clarified by Queen of Swords. Yeah, so for the feminines, what it's bringing is, again, going back to truth, and, you know, where you stop running away from certain harsh reality of life, or the way that people treat you or you treat them, some kind of pattern that you have in your life, right? Being really honest about it. It's kind of, it's more like you can't, and it's interesting that this person is kind of running away, and this woman is almost like trying to say, hey, what are you doing? Like, why are you even running away, right? So there is lack of understanding somewhere, and the full moon is bringing that illumination in, where there was some kind of escapism in your life, divine feminine, and it could be connected, like, since we are doing this for the twin flame journey, it could be connected very much to the twin journey, right? Where you were either giving yourself a pass at something in health, or maybe somebody else, maybe your twin, just because, and there was an explanation. But it's time to cut that off, right? It's time to be better, do better, improve on that, learn, advance, right? And again, not really see it as if love is not about just letting everything pass, like whatever goes, right? Whatever happens, it's all good, it's all love. No, it's not really like that. What is illuminated to the masculines here about the journey? The Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, again, it's about divine order and divine timing. Like, no matter how much you're trying to plan divine masculine, if you're planning that maybe next year you're going to be ready to take a step forward towards your feminine, right? But it's very important to know that the divine order is in charge. That's the number one moving force, right? So the best thing that you can do is catch that drift and align with it. And I'm not saying like always just keep chasing whatever the universe is giving you, right? Right? Be very clear about what is it that you want to bring into your life, how you see it. But it's still important to know that at the end of the day, you don't control the outcome. And there's a beauty in it, right? And we keep talking about it, that the divine plan is always better than our personal plan. So there is a lot of power in it. And like it may feel like lack of control, lack of power in the moment. But if you think about it some more, you will see that it's actually a lot more empowering. And now, how the twins are viewing each other. What are the thoughts towards each other? From feminine to masculine, we have the Justice and the Six of Swords. So feminines know that there's been a lot of karmic unfolding in each of your lives, DM and DF, right? And they see that there is a way that the universe is bringing both the feminine and the masculine towards a common ground, towards more balanced state. And it's not necessarily together. It could be for some of you. It could be separately, or, you know, in the energy field, in the 5D, you're always together anyway. So in 5D, you are on that same boat. It may look different in 3D reality. That's a different thing, right? But essentially that the both of you are moving into that better place where you feel more safe and more peaceful, right? And there's more uncertainty as well, but there's something exciting about it. That's what I'm getting here. And the feminine is excited for the both of you. On the masculine side, their thoughts towards the feminine, the Tower and Two Wands. So they're struggling to make some kind of a choice. And the truth is that they see now that the choice, like they took too long to make the choice themselves, and now the choice is made for them. And it is shocking, and they're trying to trust the process, but it's not always easy. So that message to the feminine is, have a lot to deal with now as a result of this Tower moment. Or this moment could be coming in, right? But this is the message essentially. There is a lot in my life that I need to deal with because I know the direction I'm going into. It's kind of been shown to me, illuminated to me, but it will take a minute to adjust to that on many different levels, with other people in my life that are involved, etc., with finances, with my mindset that's still behind, right? Because it's a thicker density than the energy field. So there is some of that integration that needs to happen now. And masculines are trying to be optimistic about it, but right now, right in this moment, it doesn't seem very joyful and positive. There's just shock content, you know, where it's like, I don't even know where I go from here. Well, I mean, I kind of know, but there's no clear picture. There's no clear way where I'm gonna find resources. and that creates that anxiety. So there is some of that with the masculine, which is why their main message is about trusting the divine order and do what you feel is right, one step at a time. You don't need to know all steps in advance. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. I hope this was useful to you guys. I will also still post the guided messages for each sign on the Mindful Bamboo channel, so you can check that out too. Maybe today or tomorrow morning, we'll see how it goes, but I will post it, and I'll provide the link on this channel as well, so that you know and you can look for it. And don't forget about tomorrow's Mindfully Awake. That's going to be really cool, and it's going to be about energy leaks and how to prevent them, or how to deal with the